Hi guys, I just wanted to show you, this is my top of the plastic container, and I'm keeping all of my findings, my jewelry findings in there. So here is the table that I have of some of the items out that I've already started to lay out. As you can see here, got some bone items. I love bones and cowries, so you'll be seeing a lot of those in my designs. I just fell in love with cowrie shells since the first time I saw them over, I'm gonna say probably about 50 years ago. There were some brothers from Dakar, Senegal, that came to Detroit, and we had what used to be called the African American festivals that used to be downtown near Riverfront. I don't think it was called the Riverfront then, but we had Cobo Hall, and then you can look across the river and see Windsor, Canada. But anyway, there were festivals that were held downtown in Detroit, in the African American Festival. I loved when it came because you could get all kinds of African beads and different types of all types of items, from your black soaps to your shea butter, to every bead imaginable. And I love beads. I'm a bead lover, and I am a material textile lover. Anything in those categories that has color, texture, pattern, and design, I love it all. So anyway, this is an update of the beads again on the table. And you see some plain areas in this table, and that's going to be for me to actually work on the designs. But this kind of gives you an idea of the first layout, which is just everything, not everything, but some of the bead bags and items on the table. My next step is going to be to start setting up some actual designs. Let's see, I have a couple of tables on this side of the room. I'm putting up 2 more because I actually just have too much stuff. But here you can see the ribbons, because the ribbons are going to be included as well. All the ribbons and the fabrics are going to be included as well. There's all my muslin. There is some more of I'm trying to think of what they call this. It's a wider, just let me go a little bit slower. It's a wider type of trim, but it kind of like has not a foam backing, but similar, not really ultra suede, but like faux ultra suede. Here are some buttons, all kinds of designs on the buttons, kind of hard to see. But anyway, I'll be pulling those out as well to see how we can incorporate that in it. Then I'm have some cording and trimming. I'm going to open that box up so you can see more embellishments. Those are like my fabric ribbon earrings. Up there is whatever comes next. I can't really see. I'm kind of short. And then there's my mug cloth, some scraps, and also some nice pieces. And then I have a container of African fabric. So we're gonna go from there. And then I have over here, our swatches. So those are upholstery swatches. I'm not gonna pull everything out now, but just gives you an idea of what I'm working with. So the next step is, let's see, let me go back over to the table. Once again, these are all of my findings. I put them close to the table so it's easy for me to just grab and get everything done. Like I said, I want to make items in 50 batches, 50 pair batches. So if you guys have any comments of what I should make out of this, I'm just gonna throw everything out on the table, see what I come up with, and go from there. But if you have any ideas on what you can, from what you can see, please leave them in the comments of what I can actually make out of these. I'm thinking earrings, I'm thinking of charms, for backpacks, for bags, for back to school, maybe bracelets, maybe some bracelets and some anklets. I don't do a lot of necklaces, so I'm not really sure, but if you can come up with some things that you think I could make out of this. I know there's phone charms now, so I'm thinking about that as well. But mostly I'm thinking about earrings, backpack charms, keychains, pretty much anything to do with beads. Like I said, it's over 1 million of them, so if I can figure out something that can get me going quickly, that's what I'm actually going to be doing. Okay guys, I think I've given you an idea of what I'm working with. Next, I'm probably going to set aside projects in like 5 to 10 pair at one time, and then show you my next step. I love the bohemian look, so you're going to see a lot of color. I love the bone and cowrie look, so you're going to be seeing a lot of African styles, Indonesia styles, things with shells and seashells. So pretty much whatever I can come up with what I have to work with. That's where we're going. All right, guys. Thank you. Hello, everyone. I am back. I am showing you now what the beads look like that I'm actually going to work on. So this is the table. These are the beads. I picked up I have some fabric from years ago. It has like the license plates. I'm gonna see how wide or how long they are, and see if I can put them together either in some resin or in the Mod Podge, and see what that looks like. Not sure if that'll work, but we'll give it a try. And there is my tie-dye fabric. I'm gonna figure out what shape I'm gonna make that out of, and make some beaded earrings from that. This is some yarn I have. I'm gonna crochet around some hoops. That should be interesting. And these are the sheeps. They're like a faux ultra suede sheets, but they're like for crafting. That's about, I think, 18 inches wide, or maybe not even 18, maybe 16. But let me see if I can flip this over and show you. This is what the back side looks like. But I'm actually going to fold it in half so the fabric is on both sides, and see what I can make out of that. And then here's some ribbon here. Some ribbon. I'm going to do a lot of black and white, I know that much. So it's going to be like mixed media earrings. The beads. There's going to be trim. There's going to be fabric. Pretty much whatever I can think of. Trim. There's some trim right there, that brown trim. What I can think of, what I can come up with. So I said I was going to show the length of the table, but I'm going to put my tools in here. It's a remote for the camera, and then of course always some findings. And then actually gonna move down, hopefully without making you dizzy. And on this end, I am back to my tops, my lids rather. My lids, gotta try and figure out how not to keep the shadows coming. But anyway, my lids are here, and this is what I'll be putting the finished earrings in, and then I'll be packaging them. So let's see if I can get a full shot of the table. It's not happening that way. Let me turn the camera around slowly. See, so that's how the table is looking. It's a full shot of the table. Okay, and the next video I will come back with will be the earrings. So I'll take myself making them as well, but if it's too long, I'll just show you the finished product. Okay, and that should do it. Thank you.